Hey guys, one of my favorite YouTubers, Philip DeFranco, posted a story about a school that was taking away Halloween celebrations, and this has been talked about a lot lately, so I wanted to react to some of the reactions he got from it, so let's do it.
I think the ban is silly. There's almost no connection to the original celebration. Instead of constantly removing celebrations, why not be more inclusive? Adding, when I was younger, we had a pretty big split between Jewish and Catholics in my school. We would end up doing both Hanukkah and Christmas festivities. I still remember Latkes Day. It was awesome. My friends who were lucky would get both Hanukkah and Christmas gifts. Times were chill. Times were better.
So the original story did talk about the fact that school is really big on inclusion, and they feel like by having these celebrations, they're excluding certain children. But I think that we are misinterpreting inclusion, and what we're doing is we're taking away any substance that anybody has and kind of putting a stop to just fun traditions. Like that commenter said, like, I understand some people feel that Halloween is I don't remember what they call it. Is a pagan holiday, and it has negative condensation. That's not the word. You know what I'm trying to say. And we shouldn't do it for that reason. But that's just not what it is to most of us. It is literally just a day where our kids dress in whatever costume they enjoy, and they go around and they get some free candy. And I like that he said his school did the two big celebrations that people in the community might have. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, like, we cannot include everybody. It's just impossible because there are so many different variations of lifestyles. But the majority of people, using that example that he said, Hanukkah or other Jewish holidays or Christian holidays, like, the majority of humans are going to fall under that bucket. But because there are a few outliers that don't, the rest of us are getting it taken away. Like, maybe instead of letting those kids feel excluded, they can do something else for them. You know, when everybody's having their Halloween celebrations, they can have like free play in the gym or something that they can enjoy, so they're not just sitting out while everybody else is celebrating their thing. That's just my thought. Just an opinion.
With that, you had some responding. They didn't want to exclude poor families who couldn't afford costumes. So, like, they could have had a Halloween-themed arts and crafts day where kids could make their own costumes if that was the case.
This may sound insensitive, but I'm going to say it. In 2023, there's almost no excuse for your child not having a Halloween costume. We frequent Goodwill and other thrift stores. There was one thrift store that the day before Halloween, they were selling all their costumes for $1. Goodwill during, gosh, probably at least starting in September, they have their Halloween stuff out. They have full costumes for like $6. Unless you are homeless and living in true deep poverty, which a lot of us are struggling, but we're not living in poverty, make a costume. Get it at a thrift store. I'm in a group called Buy Nothing on Facebook. People are giving away costumes. You can ask for costumes, and somebody could be like, oh my gosh, yeah, my son wore that last year. You can have it. Mom groups on Facebook. Ask your friends and family. Hey, I know so-and-so is a year older than my son. Do you by chance have a costume he can wear? Like, use your resources. I think a lot of times people do just kind of have this victim mentality, and they sit back and say like, oh, I can't afford a costume, my poor child. But like, figure it out. Maybe the school can have a costume donation. They can send out an email a month before Halloween, beginning of October, and say, you donate your gently used costumes for those kids that might not be able to afford it. And then the families can contact the school and say, hey, I'm one of those families. I cannot afford a costume for my kid. Is there anything in the donations that might fit my children? That's an awesome idea. Like, why are we not doing that? I don't think taking it away just because some people might not be able to participate is a solution, you know? Like, and that's, I know people say kids shouldn't learn this when they're little, but that is life. Like, there are times in life where, like, I can't afford what my peers can. The world doesn't stop for us. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, again, taking inclusion out of context and almost too far. Phil talks so fast that it's difficult for me to react to his content.
You also had others sharing, I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness and was not allowed to celebrate Halloween. In the moment, I never felt left out or bad because my friends were celebrating a holiday I could. I would feel terrible if my friends didn't get to do what they wanted because people were worried about offending me or my family.
I think that's freaking awesome that that person said that, because again, it is so true. Like, now this child, this just goes to show, like, you cannot protect people's feelings no matter what you do, because now this person would feel bad that people didn't get to celebrate Halloween, you know? So it's like you're trying to prevent that same individual from feeling a certain way, and you've made them feel that way. It's just impossible to accommodate everybody. And I think as long as we are kind and open to new ideas and not hateful towards people with different views than us, we can still be inclusive without taking away from the general population.
You also had some saying, as a father of two, I too find it silly and sad that kids can enjoy being kids at Halloween. With that said, I have seen many families who can't afford the costumes or candy, and to hear that it makes some children uncomfortable is heartbreaking. I don't think officials want to ban something like Halloween, but what's the alternative when some are being excluded for any reason?
And that's it. I don't know what he means by buying candy, because on Halloween, like, you're kind of coming up on candy, right? Like, you're getting free candy, which is nice. So I don't buy candy as a parent. I get so much free candy. We already touched on the can't afford a costume thing, so I won't go there again. But the solution in my mind is just leave it alone. These are traditions that we experienced when we were kids, and now we want our kids to experience them. And our parents maybe experience them. And now you're trying to take it all away for what? It's not solving anything. It's not helping anybody. And I just think people are to a point where, like, we're doing too much. Like, of course I want everybody to feel included, but there's other ways to do that. There's other ways to celebrate our differences. That's what it is. I feel like we should be celebrating our differences rather than saying we're all the same. Like, we all get the same thing. We don't talk about our differences because it might exclude or offend somebody. Let's celebrate those differences. Maybe there are other holidays we can incorporate that my kids aren't being raised to do, but they can see their peers celebrating their traditions. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think taking it away is dumb. This year, my kids were allowed to wear their costumes for the parade. And then I think they had to take them off. So they wore them to school. They had a parade like an hour after getting to school. And then I think they had to change into their clothes the remainder of the day. I don't even think they got to wear them during their party, because their party was around lunchtime. I think they changed before then. So I just think that's crazy. I think they should be able to wear it all day. They want to suffer in those hot costumes in the desert, because it's not cold here in the fall. We don't really have a fall, so it's not even comfortable. Let them suffer. Let them sweat in those costumes so they can be proud of who they are. Anyways, that's my rant. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What are your thoughts? What are your experiences, more importantly? And yeah, have a happy Halloween. Go ahead and like, subscribe, because together is a beautiful place to be. Bye.